Welcome back, legends and legendettes. In this video, I'm going to discuss how many assets should we really trade? And this is a question that I get asked all the time by clients and several other people. And what I will say is, it really depends. If you're starting out in trading, I honestly recommend sticking to fewer instruments. Because this way, you clear up your mind and you really try and understand the instruments. You get a feel for the instrument. You get a feel for how the asset actually moves. Say, for example, there's somebody that just purely trades Bitcoin or an index like the US 30. And if that person's purely watching that chart every single day for a year, but somebody else is trading 40 different instruments or 50 different instruments, the person who actually focuses on that one asset becomes a specialist. Sometimes people talk about in trading how people have an intuition. And what I'll say is when you focus on fewer pairs, you get an understanding of how the asset moves. You develop a bit of a sixth sense. You understand the key SR levels really well. And it just means that you're able to focus. And of course you can trade other assets. But once you focus on that one asset, you can start diversifying into other assets when you get that confidence. For example, you might start off with, say, Bitcoin or commodities. And if you actually like that asset, that really helps. But once you master that, maybe you can pick another pair. And slowly you start developing and trade 4 instruments. And then with time, you can trade more and more instruments. One of the traits that I've actually noticed with some of the best traders that I've actually known is that they tend to focus on fewer pairs. They maybe trade max 1 or 2 pairs, or at the very most 4 pairs. And this way, they're able to focus, they become a specialist. And it's not that they can't trade other pairs, it's just that they really want to crush particular pairs. And also means that you don't have to keep up with as much news as well. Because imagine if you trade so many different Forex pairs. You have to worry about CPI, PPI, FOMC, and actual pair-specific events, and etc., etc. If you trade oil as well on top of that, it can start to get quite confusing keeping up to date in terms of fundamentals. So in summary, I recommend if you're starting out trading, try and focus on fewer pairs, maybe 1 or 2 pairs at the most. As you become more profitable and consistently profitable, maybe then you can diversify into other assets. Of course, I speak about how it's very important to have diversification of strategy, time frame, but also asset class as well. But it's very important to understand that some people might be trading several pairs. But even the best traders initially, they start off with fewer pairs at the start, and then they start diversifying into other asset classes.